What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And the past week has been a big one for Star Wars. The first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi dropped on Disney+, and at the Star Wars Celebration event, several new announcements were made and quite a few trailers came out, namely for Andor, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and The Bad Batch Season 2, which is the reason I'm making this video, because I wasn't going to talk about any of these announcements until the Bad Batch trailer came out, and then I knew I had to talk about some of this, so I'll go through the smaller announcements and then talk about the trailers. Let's start off with the first 2 episodes of Kenobi that dropped on Friday. Now, I'll probably make a mid-season review and full-season review of this show, so I won't go super in-depth, but as of right now, I thought the first 2 episodes were very mediocre. The writing quality was fine, but this show is shaping up to be exactly what I was afraid it would be. It's trying to fit into the timeline of Star Wars without contradicting anything directly, while also trying to subvert our expectations by implying that characters will die who we know survive. It's not awful, but it's certainly not living up to the 6-part event that it was marketed as. In regards to some smaller announcements that were made during Star Wars Celebration, it was revealed that Season 3 of The Mandalorian will begin streaming at some point in February 2023, and I don't care. As you guys know, my investment in the story of The Mandalorian was completely snuffed out after the Book of Boba Fett destroyed the narrative that was set up. A show titled The Skeleton Crew, starring Jude Law, of course the actor who played Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts films, will also begin streaming at some point next year, and I don't have any real reason not to look forward to it, except for the fact that Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and John Watts, the director of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films, are all going to be involved, who, as we have learned, are creatively inept at handling live-action projects. An announcement that actually does sound exciting to me is Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, an animated anthology series that will begin streaming later this year, set during the time of the prequels. It sounds kind of like Star Wars Visions, but it might actually be canon. Speaking of Visions, Season 2 of Star Wars Visions will begin streaming sometime next year, which I am very much looking forward to, because I thought Season 1 was very creative and fun. With those out of the way, let's get into the trailers, the first of which was for Andor, the TV series about the character from Rogue One. Now, I didn't really have any anticipation for this series and knew nothing about it. While I still don't really know anything about it, this trailer does look interesting. The cast is excellent, from Stellan Skarsgård to Fiona Shaw, who of course played Aunt Petunia in the Harry Potter series, and the direction does look rather gritty, which sets it apart from the other Star Wars live-action television shows. Because with Obi-Wan, I'm starting to see how all of the live-action Star Wars shows are very samey in regards to their direction. The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan all look the same, and there's very little creativity going on behind the camera. Andor may change that. What I'm also hoping this series changes is my investment in the character of Cassian Andor, who, going off of Rogue One, doesn't have that much to him. I still like Rogue One and think it's a good movie, but the characters in it aren't that deep or interesting. They were serviceable for what that film required, but on their own, I don't think they're great characters, so I hope this series does increase my investment in Cassian Andor as a character. Outside of that, though, I don't have much more to say about this trailer. This series could be good, but yet again, I've been disappointed by Star Wars in the recent past, so I'm keeping level expectations for it. The second trailer we have to talk about is for the game Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the long-awaited sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is quite possibly my favorite video game. I'm not much of a video game guy outside of LEGO games, but that game has brought me so much joy over the past year, and it is incredibly fun to play while also having an extremely engaging narrative at the same time, and it looks like this game will be no exception. I love the tone, as we are seeing Cal going out on his own, being pursued by some sort of new antagonist. We see the ship, the Mantis, completely abandoned, crashed on some planet, and of course the main thing that the trailer revolves around is some sort of mysterious figure in a Bacta tank that Cal has discovered inside some sort of long-abandoned facility. There are plenty of theories floating around as to who that could be, and I'm not going to contribute to those theories. I'll just wait and see what happens, but I can't wait to see how the story continues. And although the trailer does tell us that the footage on display is not official gameplay, the graphics are insanely high quality, and it's kind of hard to believe that the visuals in these games have improved so much over the course of 3 years. But our third and final trailer was for The Bad Batch Season 2. And as I'm sure most of you know, the first season of The Bad Batch was one of my favorite pieces of media to come out of last year because it felt like a logical continuation of the story and themes present in the Clone Wars show, and this season looks like it will be no different. There are plenty of familiar faces, from Commander Cody to Gungi, the Wookiee Jedi, heavily featured in Season 5 of the Clone Wars, as well as Captain Rex, who was in Season 1, but it looks like he will have even more of a role in Season 2, and I'm excited to see that, because Season 1 proved to me that this show knows how to handle cameos well. Because rather than them distracting from the main story, such as the Mandalorian hijacking the Book of Boba Fett, every cameo served a purpose in the story and added to the characters and narrative at large. I have complete confidence in them being able to pull off the same in Season 2, and I can't wait for it. At this point in time, it is my most anticipated Star Wars project, and in my opinion, the animated shows are just all around superior to the live-action ones we've seen thus far. But that's about it for my thoughts on all of the new Star Wars announcements and trailers. You guys let me know. What are your thoughts on the new Star Wars shows and games, as well as the trailers for them? Just whatever your thoughts are, please let me know them all in the comments below. And of course, as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.